Hey everyone, I'm Richard and welcome to our new channel. To celebrate the life and legacy of Steve Jobs, as well as just Apple, Mac, and all the other iStuff out there, we created a show. This is that show.
This is iTalk.
When I was starting back to college way back in 1991 after taking a few years off, I started seeing home computers crop up all over the place, but these computers were all DOS-based and I didn't have a clue about DOS, and I really didn't have the time to try to figure out the complicated, jumbled keystroke command mess that it was, nor did I really have even the desire or inclination to try to do it. So then I heard of this newer computer called a Macintosh. It was a much simpler, user-friendly, mouse-based point-and-click interface, and I went and looked at it, and I was really just amazed at how simple it was to use. So in 1991, I bought my first Apple computer, a Mac Classic. Thus began my love affair with Apple products. I really absolutely loved it. For school, it was fantastic. Instead of having to either redo an entire school paper because I was using a typewriter or use gross-looking amateurish whiteout, I could simply, with a keystroke, delete a typo and do it over again. I could simply, by pointing and clicking, insert graphics into writing assignments, kind of breathing some life and my own sense of style into these projects, making them as much art as assignment. Well, things have evolved just a little bit since my very first Mac way back then, but it all happened because of the vision of Steve Jobs. You know, I often wonder what it was like to live in other times of great advancements, such as electricity coming to homes, or the first telephone, the first cars, or the first airplanes. What amazement people must have experienced, and some fear and anxiety and frustration and doubt. Some would have said, and still do, what do we need with this thing or that thing? Things are just fine the way they are. I miss the good old days. But man, how they changed their lives, and how computers and the internet have changed our lives. And to live in those times when those visionaries lived, Ben Franklin, Alexander Graham Bell, Henry Ford, Orville and Wilbur Wright, just to name a few. Well, 100, 200 years from now, when we've all shuffled off this mortal coil, many will look back at our time and say, I wonder what it was like to live in the time when the internet and home computers were first brought into their homes. How they must have changed their lives. Who knows what home computing and the internet will look like 100, 200 years from now. But however these things evolved, it started with us. I find that truly fascinating and really kind of quite exciting. So this show will celebrate Steve Jobs and all the things this extraordinary visionary brought to us, whose name will be remembered and immortalized with the likes of Franklin, Bell, Ford, and Wright, in my opinion. We'll bring you some history of Apple, history of Steve Jobs, though brilliant, was like the rest of us, flawed. We'll do some reviews, honest reviews, because though I love Apple's products, sometimes their products leave us with just facepalm. What were you thinking? Crazy, insanely mad, like the Magic Mouse with the charging port at the bottom. And we'll bring you some basic tech stuff. I'm not a tech guy, so we'll leave advanced tech to real tech guys like Rene Ritchie, Linus Tech, Luke Miani, Quinn Nelson at Stasi Labs, 9 to 5 Mac, who I highly recommend checking out their channels. And there are many others. Anyway, this is an introduction to our channel, iTalk. In our next video, we do a pretty disastrous Keystone Cops rendition of an iMac 2020 unboxing. My back is to the camera most of the time. I never look into the correct camera. I wasn't even really going to post it because it was so bad. But instead, I decided to embrace the train wreck that it was and edit it into something hopefully funny. So if you're planning on doing videos and want a lesson on how not to do an unboxing video, you won't want to miss the laughably ridiculous unboxing debacle. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, this is Richard. I'll catch you on the flip side. We're out. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Take 1, take 42, take Wing It, as well as just Apple.
Take 51.
Shut up.
Winged Studios, Fly By Night, filming.
There's my glasses case. I've been looking for that for 2 days. iTalk intro take 2. We'll just call it 2, even though we know it's